morning. This is Dr. David DeRusi, Superintendent with Community Address. With the extended closure for the remainder of the school year, we must now increase our emphasis on maintaining the connections between school, staff, students, and families, and particularly for our most vulnerable members of our school communities. As a district, we will increase our attention on reaching out to parents and students to ensure connections are being made between home and school. We must make sure these connections are happening. We will also need parents to reach out to us if there are any issues you are experiencing during this new normal of remote learning. Both parties, school and parents, reaching out to each other right now will help ensure the future success for our students and absolutely build a stronger reentry plan when we do come back. Our teachers, counselors, support staff, and administrators are still here to support you and your children during this closure. Now more than ever, I need you to reach out to us if you are in need of support. Remember, we're here. We have rolled out our 6-12 grading procedures this week. We have spent time attempting to consider all scenarios when we developed this plan. Since we have never been asked to provide student grades during a closure due to a pandemic, we understand it might not be perfect. If you have any questions about your child's grades, I would absolutely encourage you to reach out to the building principals. They have to be your contacts on this. We will do our best to treat each student in a fair and equitable manner with regards to grades. Again, any questions about your students' grades needs to be directed to the principals. We continue to work on our elementary grading procedures, and I hope to have that information for all of you next week. We will be mailing out kindergarten report cards because they were scheduled to go out during the closure period. To facilitate our remote learning platform, we will be creating school email accounts for all high school students. Again, these accounts will be for high school students at this time. We will provide access to a school-issued email address. These emails will be for educational use only, and I can't stress that enough. We will provide more information with the Saugus High community in the very near future as we roll that aspect of remote learning out. Also, for high school students, we will be opening up access to YouTube for our high school students. Again, we'll send a letter out providing more information on how this will work, what will be shared, and in the next few days, expect to hear something on this from the district. My expectation is these school emails and our expanding access to YouTube will be used in an appropriate manner. They are for school purposes. Both of these changes will help support remote learning moving forward. Once we get that initiative up and running, we will begin to explore moving some of these adjustments to the middle school level. I'm waiting to hear from the Mass Board of Health for plans about high school graduation. Messaging I should be receiving on this topic will be somewhere around May 18th. We have been in discussion about graduation, and I hope we will receive guidance on what will be acceptable practices moving forward. The district is committed to somehow celebrating our seniors moving on, and I'll do my best to keep parents informed as that evolves. I would like to thank our school nurses and principals who arranged the time yesterday for parents to come and retrieve student medical items. If you still have items to retrieve, again, you have to contact the building principals. He or she will help coordinate that. I do have a few housekeeping items. We will continue to provide the breakfast and lunch support during the extended closure. Pickups are now Monday and Thursdays, and they have been moved to the Veterans Memorial School, The time remains the same, 10 to 12. If you are still in need of a Chromebook, please reach out to the building principal, because we are handing out Chromebooks. We're handing them out through the Roby Administration Building right now, but it is by appointment. We're doing our best to keep track of the numbers of the Chromebooks moving out of the district into the much-needed hands of parents and students. There have been questions about registration documents. Well, registration documents for pre-K-5 are on the district webpage under links and docs. I will have a meeting with my middle and high school administrators next week to develop a plan for how we will begin to tackle registration grades 6 through 12. Again, none of us had ever had to do this, and we're doing our best to develop the supports we need as these situations arise. In closing, as a district and a community, we must begin to accept our schools, home life, and community will look very different moving forward. I now accept that a mask and gloves are the new norm if I need to go out. I still struggle with not physically seeing family and friends, but I recognize we must hold tight to the rules for a little bit longer. The last few weeks have been hard for many people and families for a multitude of reasons. While we are physically distant, I would like parents, students, and staff to remember Saugus Public Schools are still here for you. Reach out if you need us. We will do our best to support you during this closure. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay strong. Thank you.